Hello, theatrical nomads. We are here at the White Heron Theatre Company, and we are talking with the venerable Geddeth Smith, one of my wonderful castmates from Steve Martin's adaptation called The UNDERPANTS. And we are here on Nantucket Island, and Geddeth has agreed to do a one-question interview. Hello, Geddeth.
How do you do?
Very well.
I'm fine, thank you. Very
So you started acting in 1954 professionally?
well. Yes, at the Lost Colony. That was Paul Green's.
Right, and you joined Actors Equity Association in 1959?
That's correct. For our tour of Mary Stuart with Eva the Galleon and Signa Hasso.
Oh my.
It was a transatlantic tour. It was a wonderful tour.
Oh, amazing.
A marvelous job. All the way out to California and all the way back.
Wow.
And we had an old-fashioned company manager who booked us on trains. So we traveled on sleepers.
Wonderful.
Sometimes we would go to the theater, take our luggage to the theater, and they would take us down to the train yards, and we'd wake up in the middle of the night. We were moving. You know?
Oh, I've always dreamt of doing that. That's wonderful.
It was a great way to start a career.
Great. So my question for you are, what is one of your favorite moments of creation as an actor?
Well, I have two experiences that are the most memorable to me. The first one is the wonderful opportunity of finally getting to play Henry in the Fantastics. For years, my wife had always said, that's your part, and I read for it, and read for it, and read for it, and read for it, and never got cast. And finally, I got cast in it, and it was a dream.
Great. And you did it down at the Sullivan Street Theater?
No, not at the Sullivan Street Theater. I did it in a musical theater out on Long Island.
Great.
And you know, we did it in, the interesting thing about it is that we did it in a regular size, about an 800-seat house.
Wow.
And I thought, how is this going to work in an 800-seat house? But the concept was this group of actors doing it in a stage on which there were a lot of things, set pieces and costumes hanging in the wings and everything. And he did a beautiful job of it. And it still played like $1 million, you know.
Great, wonderful.
Nothing like having Henry's entrance coming out of that basket as a decrepit old man. So, it's a wonderful, wonderful play.
Great.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
The other one was the opportunity with Paul Barry in Richard II.
Paul Barry at the New Jersey Shakespeare.
Barry, New Jersey Shakespeare Festival, yes.
Richard II.
Richard II, in which I got to play both John of Gaunt, which has that great speech, you know.
Yeah. Better speak up. Better speak up.
Which has that great speech. Actually, he dies. It's his death. Last thing he says, he goes off stage and dies. But he's so frustrated with Richard, and he's so outdone with him. He just finally, the floodgates burst. And it's a very patriotic and beautiful and bitter speech because he's so disappointed at how spoiled and how stupid Richard is, and finally gets an opportunity to tell him off. And you see the politics of the time and how dangerous it was and how disordered it was and how people felt that England was going to be falling apart because of Richard. He was a spoiled, not good king at all.
And it seems like you were able to take that very personally.
Yeah, well, I was able to play, this is a great speech, you know, it's the one that Churchill always quoted about England, this little small island, so on. It's wonderful, just a great, great speech. And I also played in the same play, The Gardener. Now, The Gardener comes in at the end of the play, and his world of the garden is absolutely at peace. And he talks about it. And the trees are working, and the flowers are growing, and it's going on, and it continues to go on. And what a brilliant contrast that Shakespeare gave me as an actor to play those two roles. One of the great figures in English history,
right?
John of Gaunt, and also this gardener. Not even